All right, hello, 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 hello. So, how's it going, everybody? How's it going there, Amanda? How's it going there, Zachy? How's it going there, CG? How's it going there, Mansagos? How are ya? Let's see, so there's a, let me see. There's a hotfix out, Amanda. All right, yep, I'm looking at it right now. Thanks for letting me know. So I did not see that initially. Yep, so some good stuff on the spring sale. I just got some stuff for VTOL VR. I just got to switch my headset real quick. How's it going, Citrus? How are you? So let's look at this hotfix. So it says, fix reduced requirement of air for coal firebox to increase heating. I tested out the coal firebox. I wasn't having any issues. Some people were. You know, I had no issues with mine. I was able to control mine. But, you know, it seemed like a bunch of people were having issues. So I'm glad that they, if it was an issue, that they fixed it. So, you know. Fixed issue where diesel air intake was not calculated correctly, causing large air buffer. So a bunch of us were talking about this. I was talking with Grumpy Old Man and a bunch of other people. Beginner got in the conversation on the official Discord. You know, it's been happening all over where, you know, we've been talking about this. If you've been watching the last couple streams, I've been working on a fuel control system because... the way you're supposed to control combustion IRL is you essentially choke off the air. If you choke off the air, the fuel can't burn, and so you can reduce the air volume to control your temperature, control your combustion. That's how carburetors do it. Fuel injection, to a certain extent, they're mostly doing it other ways, but you can still have throttle valves in there. And so, yeah, there was a large air buffer in there, and so even if you shut the valve, it was still combusting. And so then, if you can't control your air, you have to control your fuel if you want to control it. So they did those couple fixes. Let's quickly put in a thanks for the fix. All right, so I put in thanks for the fix and working on the weekend. You know, I hear a lot of shit thrown around. Should the devs have released it in the state? No, of course not. I think we all agree with that. But, you know, how many times have we put something up that we thought was done? It's not done. And how many times have we made builds that have mistakes? And so I think, again, try to internalize it a little bit. You know, should they have put it out? No. But they've spent Thursday, Friday, and now, you know, we just got a hot fix on Sunday to try to fix this problem. So, you know, likely on their days off, they're working here trying to fix it so that we can play our game. You know, so it's not the perfect scenario by any stretch of the imagination, but they are trying to do the right thing. And they, you know, working on the weekend is a pretty, it definitely shows that there's an effort there to try to, you know, fix the issues that were caused in the game, you know. Let's go ahead and grab, here's the diesel furnace. I'm just going to grab the latest version I've been running with. And so, let's actually here, let's not do that. Let's grab, so if you look at my Steam tutorial series, one of the reasons why I didn't go out and fix all these things in the tutorials was, you know, again, you kind of figure if a bunch of people having problems, there's something wrong with something they did, and likely they'll tweak it. And so often it's best to, if you don't mind making some minor changes, make minor changes. If you do mind, you know, take a little break and then come back to it. So here's the Steam tutorial part 6. This one here is just using, nope, this one has the valve. Where the hell? Oh, it's supposed to be part 2. I made part 6 in case I had to make part 6. Let's see, where the hell is it? Did I edit over that one? I should not have done that. Here's 1. All right, here's Steam tutorial part 1. This is controlling the diesel furnace with just a valve here to choke the air. So let's go ahead and run this. This is from the tutorial, this is the old way. This is the way that it should be, frankly, controlled. Using an air valve to close. And you should be able to choke off the air. So we're going to see how this works. This was pre all their tweaks and see if this works properly. Catch up a chat while this is heating up. How's it going, Trippa? So today's probably gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream. Probably I'll do a couple to a few hours here, and then I gets to go do family stuff. Yeah, but some good stuff on the spring sale. I picked up some stuff I've been looking for, so that's good. The volume of what? The volume of me or the volume of the music? Let me test my levels. My levels look good. Music's probably a hair low. Put the music up just a hair. Because sometimes the music will step on me, and sometimes I'll step on the music. So. Yeah, I think supermarkets got, you know, recommended to me. I wonder if, you know, it's just recommending everything that's on sale from the category you like. That's usually how they do it, I think. That's something I got. My brother gave me some Steam cash, which I always like. I like gift cards because it's like a lot of the stuff I won't get for myself, so it's nice when somebody will get it for me as a gift card. That way, you know, you get some money sitting in your Steam wallet or something. It's nice. I like seeing it there. Some people don't like gift cards, but I like seeing the money there because it's like, oh, I want this thing. Normally I'd be like, nah, I don't need it. And then if I have money there, I'm like, oh, I'll get it. Okay, I'll run the coal one as well. So these are kind of like, you know, when the devs talk about unit testing, this is kind of my unit testing, because I have these examples from before certain things get changed, and then I'm able to see if, you know, if things get screwed up with that. How's it going there, Shadowy on Twitch? How's it going? Guys, if you would do me a favor, I'm also streaming on Twitch now with Restream. If you guys, I'm trying to get affiliate on Twitch, so I need 50 followers, and I need to average, I believe it is 3 viewers per session, and so currently at 36 followers. And so if you guys prefer to watch on YouTube, if you don't mind pulling up Twitch and just running me in the background, you can right click on the Chrome tab and do mute site if you like, so you can just watch it on one. But that would help me out for that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna stick the link in the chat. I'll just stick it in YouTube chat, because the people on Twitch don't need the link to Twitch. So, but I'd appreciate that. I'm trying to just get that going. That way people can watch me where they prefer. But how's it going? Is Shadowy, W-I-E, is that pronounced correctly? If I do not pronounce your name correctly, I apologize. You can just spell it phonetically for me. Automation is useful for making your own cars and beam. Music is a bit loud. Okay, yeah, I think it's a bit loud too, probably. Yeah, I set it so I can't hear it all that much, because like if I try to talk over music, it like gets in my own head and it becomes a problem. And so let me make it so I can fix it a little bit, but I have to like do multiple sliders to get it where it's not too loud for me and it works for you guys. So just a little bit there. I've literally got sliders everywhere. I've got sliders on OBS, I've got sliders on Windows, I've got sliders on YouTube itself. So let me know if that's still too loud, Citrus. I have to run forced induction on coal. Okay, I'll give it a check. Thank you, guys. Oh, excellent. Nice, excellent. Yeah, I'm getting... I appreciate the devs giving me the shout out for my video, but the only problem is I got a bunch of people thinking I'm the devs asking me questions, but I've just been ignoring them. It's like they could find their way. So it looks like the diesel furnace is currently working pretty normally. It looks like it is sequestering a little bit of extra air, because before, with the valve, I could keep it within 1 degree. If you notice, see how it goes to like 120, then it surges up to 144, and then it comes back to 120. So it looks like it's sequestering a little bit of extra air in there. Now, if they changed how much fuel you burn, which is what they said they did, then that makes sense, because you have you're burning less fuel, so you've taken a big puff of air. If you think about it, if you blew air on a fire, the fire would surge for a minute until it consumes that oxygen, and so that makes sense. So, you know, in the future, to make this system more elegant, you could put a variable valve on here, and so instead of giving it like say 10 units of air in a rush, it uses up the 10 units of air. And then you give it another 10 units of air, it surges. You would give it, say, 2.5 units of air, and it would stay consistent. So, but as you notice, this is more than manageable. It's going up about 20 degrees, but like if you notice, it will not affect the boiler. So, frankly, it's mostly irrelevant, that little surge, because I have double set. Oh, English. I have a double setup here. So the furnace has a set temperature that it's supposed to maintain, which is in this case 120. And then the boiler has a set temperature which it's supposed to maintain, which in this case is 110. The furnace rather, is controlled by the air choke, and the boiler is controlled by these pumps. So even if this is surging, it doesn't matter, because this is going to be controlled by the pumps. If it gets over 110 for too long, the pumps will shut. So you can go more elegant if you want by doing variable valves and a PID. Again, this is from the basic series, so I don't go into that too much. We're a little bit high, but not much. As you can see, we're at normally Ambient is about 29 degrees. You notice we are getting a little bit of a temperature surge. That makes perfect sense as this is going up and down by 20 degrees. But as you can see, where the condenser is sitting is 30 degrees, so we should have no problem condensing. As you can see, we're topping out around 59 degrees, so we're condensing our water no problem. Oh, I hit no clip, did I? All right, good. So Tripper's talking about the coal furnace. So let's take a look at that. So let's see, where's coal? Part 2 is coal. So you said you have to do forced induction. So currently I don't have forced induction. I have just a valve. So let's go ahead and spawn this. For some reason, I had no issues with my coal furnace when I tested it a couple days ago. A bunch of people saying they couldn't get up to temperature, and I had no problem. So I'm curious. So it'll be good to look at and see how this functions. Let me catch up with chat here. Oh, good now. Excellent. Yeah, it's tough for me to tell. Like, I look at the, I look at the audio mixer on OBS to kind of see where I'm at, where everything else is at, and then I can kind of tell. Excellent. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad you could rewatch it. I started doing this thing with the Q&A where I was going through each question, but unfortunately, the Steam, if you guys who were watching live remember, like, Steam cut out for a second there, and I had to reboot Steam to get the video back, and so my question actually got stepped on by that. So I was hoping the devs would put out their copy, but I wonder if it didn't get recorded correctly because they still haven't put out their copy of it. There's Manda on Twitch. Hello, hello. Excellent. So, what was your... Let me read Tripper's comment, the Godfather of Steam here. You have to run forced induction on coal. I'm doing fine without forced induction. Are you talking about the small furnace? I have the large firebox. Is that for the small one only, Tripper? Because this is the regular firebox. I'm not inducting anything. I'm just doing. I just have a valve, and we're keeping it within. It's surging. You know, you can see it's surging. So it definitely seems like we're sequestering too much air. So, you know, the way I would do this now myself is I would go in and I would do variable valves, because essentially, like I said, all you're doing is by making an on-off switch, you're giving it a big plug of air, and then you're giving it nothing. So you see, we're giving it nothing, it cools off, and now we give it a big plug of air. So like by doing a variable valve, instead of giving it, like, say, whatever it went a second, 344 liters per second, it's probably 342. So let's say that was a tenth of a second, so you're talking 34 liters of air go in there. Well, if you did a variable valve, you could put in 3.4 liters of air continuously. But again, you know, that would be expansion of the basic series here. So let's look over here at temp. We should be expecting a surge on temperature because the firebox is surging, but again, nothing that's not manageable. We're at 31 degrees, so that's perfectly manageable. You'd sweat a little bit, but you're good. So let's see if Tripper responded. Yeah, so Tripper, just let me know if it's the small firebox, because I'd be curious of that. We can text it right now. Because a bunch of people were saying they were having issues, like they couldn't get their coal furnace up to temp, and I wonder if it was because they're using the small firebox. Let's see, we'll slot this sucker in here. Slot it right in and plug it in and see what happens. All right. You go, audio. Where's the small hopper? Hopper. Get in the hopper. Alright, that's in there. Alright, good. Let's go. And we need a furnace temp. Ignition. And then the rest of it should be the same, so. I like having these little test benches. I usually use my tutorial stuff for that because it just makes it easy to go in and test them later and see what's happening. Run your intake and exhaust like 20 blocks. Oh, okay. For like exhaust stacks, copy, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, if you're running long distance inlets and long distance exhaust, yeah, that makes sense. I get you. Yeah, you're going to have to get that air moving. That makes sense. They probably have a fall off distance. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I tend to, when I do my testing and stuff, I tend to do it like this because then, for example, if, like you're saying, you know, you have long exhaust pipes, you have long induction pipes. By doing it like this for especially a tutorial, you know, if people are like, oh, I did everything you said, but, you know, the fire's not working, I'd be like, well, you know, how long are your pipes? You know, and then you can be like, okay, well, it's because your air's not moving through your pipes, you know, so it demonstrates them how to test it. So, for example, like if they wanted to exhaust right into the room, like the first thing I do when I build these systems, I think I did it on Tethys, is I put the exhaust and the air intake right on the deck of the ship, and then make sure it works. And once I know that it works, I then will put up the stack exhausts. And then if you're having issues, you know, what did I change? I changed the length of the pipes, so I need to put an inline pump to get the shit out of there. This one's running high. It's normal. It has a startup temperature and it has a stasis temperature. The startup temperature is higher. That's just to get it moving faster. You'll notice now that the turbine is going, this temperature should probably start lowering. But yeah, that makes sense. Just to get the air out of the long pipes. So that makes sense. Let's see. I will, if I do an updated tutorial version, which I probably don't even need to do, but if I do a updated tutorial, I will comment about that. Oh shit! Press the wrong button. I'm trying to just dick with my stash too and Tarkov at the same time. You get insurance back in Tarkov, and I'm trying to check that. What was I doing? I was trying to think. Oh, let's go. I don't want to. I'm sick of the friggin' dark here in that train area. So I worked on, if you remember yesterday, I was working on the interlink system for the train. I got it fixed, and now I'm trying to put in interlink for the caboose. Before, the lead locomotive always was the master, and the other ones followed the master, and now I have it where you can set which direction you want them to run. So, for example, if you wanted, you could have the master locomotive in the middle of a stack of 6, and it could run it. So it's did that. I'm trying to get this system set up to run with the caboose. So let's work on that a little bit. Cat's distracted me. All right, so I want to just put in a control panel here, and let's see what we've got. So we've got trying to think how see, this is the problem, is I need to run it off one locomotive, and then I need to run the controller back. That's going to be funky and weird. Because the way it works is, so like, say locomotive 2 is the master. It runs its engine, but it tells every other locomotive what to run its engine at. And, you know, to go forward, go back, brakes, all that stuff. But the problem with the caboose is the caboose isn't going to have an engine, so it can't mimic the engine information because it's not going to, you know, it doesn't know if the engine's running or not. So I just need to do the drive information. So I'm trying to go through this panel here. So this is all the drive information, so we'd want that. This is engine, start, stops. I don't really need a readout. Starter, speed, volts, battery. Like, I don't really care about that information. I mainly care about fuel slip, gens, and track switcher. So, frankly, what I want is... God damn it. I'm pressing buttons that I shouldn't. I've got Tarkov running too, which is slowing everything down. I'm just trying to collect my insurance while I'm going here. Alright, so let's see. We've got... So pretty much all this can go... Like, I don't really care about seeing the engine information. I just want to send out the drive information and the switcher. So let's actually go back to the train, the locomotive. So this is the one that's working now the way it should be. And let me check on how to send in the drive information. What are you? Track switcher, loco controller. This loco controller really needs to be rebuilt. It's a mess. But I don't want to do that right now. Alright, so I'm looking for drive information, so... I should be able to put them in as an ad. And then I just need to read the information, so... Alright, these are all lowly. Let's back up and let's look physically what we need to do here. So this should be on the panel here, which it is. Okay. Let's see if this actually gets joined up by the actual, it goes right there. So let's see if I can feed this information back into the panel. Use the panel as another loop. So where's the out panel here? 2 dash right there. And then can I run this info in? Let me see. Let's try this. It may not like this. Let's try that. How am I coding these in? Let's try that really quick, that one connection there. Because what I'm trying to essentially do is get the, I just want to add in the drive information, but it all has to go in the same composite that goes through the connections. And that's going to let me just add a drive control panel on the caboose so that when we're in the caboose, we can operate the train. Alright, so before the lead locomotive had to run it, so now what you would do is I gotta fix these staircases, I really hate them. This is now you can do front interlink or rear, so we're gonna be governed by the rear interlink on this one. Come back to the rear. Of course, I'm gonna miss the jump every time. I gotta fix these stairs here. They drive me nuts. And then this one's gonna actually run the show, so it should be starting this one. Yep, see, it just started up. All right, so it started up this loco. Got everything running here. All right, so we can't run anything through here. You notice this is now disconnected because this is now this follows the master, which is in the rear. And so now the master will run both locomotives now. So we've got both locomotives. Essentially, they're following whatever this panel does. Alright, so let's grab that back. Let's fix these stairs before I have an aneurysm. Just trying to think. I don't know if that's going to be too much. Do it the other way. I was fighting the urge to put in regular ladders. Let me see if I can just put them in because it's so annoying me recently. Not being able to get up and down. Trying to see if I have to I'm trying to see if I have to recess them to get to not, because I need to be able to spawn this in some of the bases, so I want to make sure I can recess this. Because the problem is these have a collision of 3 out, so they tend to be pretty take up a ton of space. Try to come up with something I like here, and then just have something going here. Not a huge fan of that right now, but just do that for now because it's such a pain in the ass to get on and off of this locomotive at the moment. It is Frustration City. Go down one more. Right, flush with that. Okay, that's fine for now. Alright, so we'll just start with that because it's annoying me so much. And then let's look. So, alright, so that worked, feeding back. So the test there was if feeding this back to the dash is going to cause problems. It does not look like it will. So I should be able to feed that back to the dash. And then if I could feed all the information back to the dash, then I should hopefully be able to add it to the, let's see, is that going to work? That feeds back to the dash. I probably should be feeding the inner links back. I'm trying to decide how to do this. Because, like, right here is where these are the up-downs on here. Because I have 2 panels already in the loco, and then I want to add a third, essentially. That would come in on a channel here. Yeah, so it would read off the connector. Now, this is already going out to the connector, so this does not need to be done. That could read out some information, but that's about it. Alright, so let's, I should be able to just add this right in. So let's see. I'm just quickly looking at this info right here. So I need to essentially code out. Okay, so it's going to code out the same info that's right here. I think 13, 14. Yeah, so I wonder if I can just code it directly out. Let's grab a caboose. Alright, so there's a caboose. Let's grab this interlink here. This is trying to be the simple version here. I need to get rid of a bunch of stuff here. So this can just be, so pretty much right here is the drive part of it. It's forward, reverse, set speed, what speed you want to set, and then 0 speed. So that's going to be on there. And then pretty much just need a speed reading, which I'll just get off of the linear speed or a physics sensor. That can go. And then track switcher I need to add, so I'm trying to think. Let's see. Let's keep this where it is for now. Cut that. That's fuel. I don't care about wheel slip. I don't. We'll keep the wheel slip. Actually, I can read wheel slip off this. Gen S watts I don't need, and then track switcher we need. So we need the track switcher. This can just go to none for now. That can go to none. Oh, nope, that's the one that actually did something. This one. Fuel can go to none. So this will be speed. Speed. Alright, I forget what units I have it in anyways. Dial. 0, 2. Let's see, I had it in, I think this one was actually in, was it kilometers an hour? I can't remember. I think I had them in kilometers an hour. Yeah, we weren't doing 70 miles an hour. We were doing 70 kilometers an hour. Let's do 80. And then, crap. Let's back that up real quick. I gotta figure out which one was speed. Which one was speed? Fast power, engine start, stop, engine temp. PM. Speed, 6. Okay. And then this will be 6 now. Alright, so let's merge those together, and that should be what we need. And track switcher is separate, and then what I want to read, I want to write this out. So we essentially, I took the whole panel, I've cut it down to this. So let's see. So this writes the information out to the interlink. Trying to think though, I need to run, how am I just adding this up? Let's see if it will let me do this and not cause problems. All right, I could put it in as an add, so let's see. We need to do that. So there's the panel right there. The panel is pissing out. That's going to cause problems. Let's back it up. All right, so our main issue is writing this, so let's not bother with that. Let's go ahead and make sure this is all plugged in. This should be to rear interlink. That is going to be to front connector. These should not be sending across. Okay, what is this? Train brake controller. Okay, this is rear connector. This is front connector. All right, and then this needs to read a bunch of other shit. That switcher. Okay, and then did I put a switcher in here? I did. Right here's switcher frequency. All right, we need an antenna. I put the heater up here. I'm gonna probably do a different heater later, but for now, we'll stick this here. I'll just do a small RX small for now. Okay, hook that into electricity. I'm probably gonna. I think it was X-Horse made a cool little stove. I might do that for the heater. Might prefer that. Let's go. Track switcher needs to go. Frequency needs to go there. Transmit. This is gonna be track switcher. That is track switcher. Let me look. No, that's going out, and then this needs to go to the panel, needs to go to here. All right, that should be good there. That should be done and dusted. And then we really just care about speed, but I'm going to have to work on some of these. Let's go ahead and stick this somewhere in the loco, and we'll just paste this on top, see if I can't get this to run here for now. I need to put an interlink switcher on here too, so I got to do that. That's going to block the door. I'm just trying to get it out of the way. All right, and then I need essentially... Should be able to run it without that. So let's try this. It's going to be iffy if this is all set. I doubt it is, but let's check electricity on this. All right, let's give this a run, see what happens. All right, so we want to see if I can run this from the caboose. Much better. Much better. We can get up here now. All right, let's go ahead. We want rear interlink on. All right, good. It starts. That was the main thing. Does the engine start and run? It does. Gorgeous. All right. We're not going to get some of this. We're not going to get any of this engine information. So that's something to consider. I might try to send that out on a channel. But, all right, we're moving. So we're running this by... Are we moving? We are. Okay. I don't have a speed on here, so I can't tell. And so what I might do is revamp. I'm going to probably push this around. So I'll push this over here. Make the kitchenette on this side. And then I'll probably put a seat up here on one side. So I might leave this part of the kitchen and then put the rest of it over here. And then have like a little step up into a seat. So you're looking out here over the train. Even though we're going to get, you know, we're not going to get blasted from exhaust in the back. But let's go ahead and stop it. All right, train stops. Nice. Let's head back. All right, so now we can run the train from the caboose. So that's good. So we'll have to read the information out, which isn't a big deal. But good. Proof of concept, that works. Let's go ahead and... Are we in the area yet? Where are we at? We're probably close to where we need to be to get... Trying to recall this. Okay, it's back there. All right, good. Let me catch up on chat. We'll see you later, Zachy. Thanks for hanging out. How's it going, Rasmus? Thanks for all the subs, gifting the subs yesterday. I've put all those people in the credits. I appreciate that, Rasmus. How are you? Yeah, I like the stove. We'll stick the stove in. Yeah, I kind of want a little bit more modern, so... You know, I don't know how it will look with modern. So the caboose is going to be... I'm going to put a control station here to sit up in the windows, and then let's move some of this kitchenette around here. All right. So let's see. We want to grab... I'll work on the caboose altogether because we... this is pretty much working. It's not getting any of the read information, but it's getting the write information correctly, so that's good. All right, so that is now working. I can pull this caboose in a sec, so I can do some of my work in here. Now, let's see. Which side? So I think we'll sit on this side. And fix some of the cabinetry here. Kind of ballsed up some of this cabinetry here. Don't go... Come on, man. I hate these arrows with a passion. They always the wrong frickin' direction, man. I like the... I don't know. I'm trying to think if I want to change the height of the cabinets on that. They go down there. They go... Okay, they are flush on this side, so we'll flush them on this side. It just... These little drink bottles or whatever it kind of obscures, but it's not a big deal. Fix this, and then this right side here is going to get moved. Happy St. Patrick's Day. No Snakes in Ireland today. All right, there we go. All right, there. All right, good. So that fixes that side, and then we'll go ahead and I will move all this. And then I just put couches in here as placeholders. I'm trying to think what I want to do there. Probably this one here. Let's see. So at least this is the meat of what the cabinets need to be right here. So let's grab that. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Going to move that. Cut you. See you. Go over here. Oh, now I'm completely blind in here. All right, there we go. Need me to cut that. have here? Let's see. Have a 3 bang there. That's a 3 bang there. That's a 3. Perfect. All right, that'll work. All right. 3 bangers. 3 bangers. Beautiful. Okay, good. And then this cabinet here can get just a okay. Alright, that fixes that. That's good there. Alright, let's see. Can delete out this. Alright. Alright, good. And so I'm going to sit probably right in front of there. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think I'll probably just do a standing platform here, I'd say. Probably excessive, that much there. Let's go. Why did I do that? I do not know. Let's see. Okay. Let's see physically how that fits and works. Okay. Kitchenette's fine. Crouch here. Get up. That's works pretty well there. Let me see. The other thing I had was putting a camera in there, but I don't know. centered is what is going on there. All right, there we go. Wish I could make it so he stands on the cabinet, which is kind of interesting. But just get up there, you dickhead. Come on. All right. I'm trying to think if I should just have him stand on the cabinet. That would be kind of interesting. Let's grab this off here real quick. This needs to go in the inner link. Cut that. And then I want to go back to the old design, see if I can do this a little bit more elegantly to get that in there. Not liking how this is turning out. So. And I'm going to go to this, interlink there. I had the right idea before. Let's just do this. All right, save that. All right, let's open up the caboose again. Alright, so caboose is opened up. Let's see. Can I stand on the... Yeah, I see. I could just step up on here and then put the panel there. What do you have there? 3 across... I got a friggin' handle there. That's not helpful. Let's see. Why is that sunk in the ground? Like the only time that they'd have to be doing this is when they're trying to control the train. So like he's a little short here, so let's see. Could try something interesting here and a little different. Make that just for lighting and then put a bump out in. Let's see if I can do a bump out in here that makes it look reasonable. Kind of want something my own design as well, so. Symmetry's off. It is perfect. All right, good. Let's go cut like that. Thinking of putting another wart on here. Come on, man. Go where I want. The light's blocking me there. Okay, and then I'll move it. I'll get this smoothed out. That's going to have to double up the size there, so we'll cut in here. Oh, you'll see one direction on this. It's going to be friggin' weird. Let's see what I can do. Give me the window, please. Thank you. See how it looks painted, but it's looking like a wart at the moment. So, looking like a wart at the moment. So, not a big fan. But I saw there were a couple cabooses I was looking at that had a couple bump outs on them. So I was curious if get it look nice, but it's looking like shit. So I might just do a camera. It's gonna be a modern type of build anyway. So I'm just gonna do a fucking camera. I'm not gonna destroy the way it looks. I like the way it looks. All right, let's catch up with chat. No, it's not a ship. It's a caboose. Let me quickly catch up. Where are we at here? I go play a little career there, Citrus. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make a steam train. Doesn't really interest me all that much. I'm not too much into trains. What does the dampening setting Zoe in suspension? I know stiffness, but damping tends to be, I believe, the return. Just want to play with it until you get the results you want. Stiffness is like how hard the spring's going to do. Damping is kind of the return of it. How's it going there, Zizo R? Yeah, caboose. Thanks, Vanily LLC. Glad you found it helpful. All right, so let's grab the caboose again. I'll grab the version I like. Now let's see if I can't. This is why it was underground. Was this one hasn't been placed on the ground, so it fell. All right, let's try to. Let's see. I'll pick which one I want to be. This one probably here. That's where I have the light switches. Yeah, that's fine. I'll move the light switches. Right. So I think we'll just put a little like control position here for you to stand, and we'll put a window here plus put a little window here maybe, and then I'll probably we'll have the control panel and then I'll have a camera. That's what I think is going to be best. All right, let's grab this back in. Most of these gauges aren't going to be connected, so I kind of got to see what I want to pare down. So this is what? This is starter, speed, volts, battery. You can go. See ya. This needs to come, so that will cut us down. Don't give a shit about fuel. Let's go to speed. I think it's kilometers per hour. Gauge 0 to, let's just do 100. Screw it. 6. Alright, so that should fix that up. Now what do we want? 2, 3, 4, probably here. Oh, that's helpful where I put it. There we go, right there. It's painted on both sides. space in here. No space there. Do we have any space over here? Limited amount. Let's see. Friggin' micro control city under here. All right. Come on, come on, come on. Just get with the program there, guy. There's the, put it in the cabinets here. All right, that's in. And then, do I have a master on here? I should. Let me see. That's the switcher. So the switcher needs to, we need to replumb the switcher in. Okay, let's go electricity to there. Break off the switcher, transmit on the switcher. This needs to go down to, nope, that sends. Come on, dude, give it to me. That's a send, that is a dash right here. So this needs to go there, and then this needs to go to here on the switcher. All right, so that fixes the switcher. What are you? You are to rear interlink connector there. This does not need to be connected through like so. This needs to go to the front. Front needs to go to front. Rear needs to come to rear. All right, what else do we need here? That is the switcher, and why? Oh, that's balls. Anyways, that doesn't need to be there anymore. Perfect. I'm going to switch that out for something else. Right here. Monitor, okay. You find what the master is. Let's see, where are you at there, master? So this is here. That's 1. Okay, good. So we can make 1. Deal with that. Eventually I'll figure out what I'm doing here. Let's go 1 there, panel, bingo. There's monitor. Okay, the monitor will come on. And then I should probably put some reads in here at some point to read information. So the big one I need is I need speed. The other thing too is this, I made this before the physics sensor, so you know, it doesn't have a physics sensor on it, which it should. Everything should have a physics sensor on it at this point. Because like it's using the old system, so it needed a bunch of extra crap. That's one reason why the panels were so big. That was a big thing they did that really helped get the panel count down. The other thing I'd like to see them do is go to 64 channels instead of 32. That would be nice. There's the monitor. Plugs in the monitor. Nice. And we'll do backlights as well. Bing, bong, bing, boo. And then physics sensor should come in here. Physics sensor, okay. That can run like that. Let's test this out. We'll update this. I'll save this as the backup K-boost. Check chat in a sec. All right, let's pull out the interlinked loco. I think I saved the version that was working. I hope yeah, I did it last night, so it was working last night. And then we'll bring in the new caboose. Well, it spawns way the fuck up there. Alright, so let's go ahead. We want to come in. I didn't save this since I did the ladders. Fucking deal with these pain in the ass ladders for a second. I'll fix it later. Alright, so we want to go rear interlink. Can't jump into this one from there. I can do it from the ground level though. Alright, so here's the new control station. I like this. This is pretty good. So let's go ahead and we want to do All right, so there we can see over the train. Yeah, see, this is the problem, is I'm not going to be running the train that direction. It should be this way. Fuck. It should be that way. God damn it. Should be, like, the only time I'm going to run it from the caboose is when it's backwards, probably, but I could put the other side panel on the back as well. I could do that. To run it from the back. I could, because I'm not going to be able to see the switchers here. Like, the whole point of this is when I'm running backwards to go that way, so. Alright. Well, let's see. I didn't plug in that, so let's see. We getting any of that information? No. Okay, that's fine. All right, good. So that's working. Let's go ahead and I'll fix the loco real quick, and then I'll get hell off of trains for a little while. I'm already kind of sick of doing trains. So I'll do the steers later. All right, let's do something else. I'm kind of sick. I'm thoroughly sick of trains. I getting some fuel with the key truck. All right, let me check what time it is. All right, we got a little time. That's good. All right, let me quickly. Shit, that closed. All right, let's see what we want to do here. So one thing I was thinking of is I think we're going to change the way we do that train stuff. Let's open up the career save here. Can't think of anything I want to build at the very second here, so let's bring up the career game. I got Tarkov starting in the background here, so it's being a pain in the ass. There we go. There we go. Gotta collect my insurance before it expires, so I'm trying to get that. All right, excellent, excellent. So yeah, we'll go do some missions. I'm trying to think of some things I want to build. I was thinking of building a new container shifter at some point. I'm probably not going to use the well cars next time we do some train cargo. What I'll use is the new crane cars. I just put the containers on those. They're going to be a lot easier to load. The well cars are like the way you do it IRL, but like when I make a new container shifter, I'm going to make it so that I can gently adjust the container right, forward, and twist, and that way I only have to get close with the machine. That's how they do them in real life. Like, the problem is I have to move the entire machine to get it where it needs to be, and the wheels are a little slippery in game, so by being able to, like, just set the parking brake and then justifying left, right, forward, back, I can move the container right into where it needs to be and kind of wiggle it. So I might make a utility for Hirafe for that. So I was thinking of that. So let's see. Where are we at here? Lots of money, which is good. Let's see where we're at. I got a friggin' oil spill, which sucks. I could clear it, just deleting the file, too. Let's see. What do we have for fuel here? We have 25,321 of diesel. We got a good spit of jet fuel. Blue boat. That blue boat still hasn't gone away. Buoy tender missing. Not going to do that. Let's see. Let's see what we want to do here. So I played with Tethys a little bit for the new, I actually kind of want to revert what I did on Tethys. Yeah, I don't want to build right now. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Kind of think of what I want to do. No place to sell jet fuel on land, is there? Probably not. Not really. Let's actually go back. Sorry, guys. We'll do this again. I'm going to go back to the custom thing. I've thought of a couple things that need some work, so we'll work on that. Kind of all over the place trying to decide if I want to build or if I wanted to go do a mission. So Tethys, I started playing with Tethys a little bit. Again, mostly it was testing to see if I had to go to the where fuel control, put that in. That's not going to be necessary anymore. I'm not really going to pull it out of Tethys. It's kind of probably good to have a fuel valve going in there anyway, but don't really need it now. We can do an air valve. So let's work on Tethys, and I want to get this set up for the hotfix they put out today. I think it would benefit the devs to do a little bit of testing. I think what they should do is get... Yeah, I'm sure they're doing testing. They're just not catching some of these things, and part of it is they don't have a lot of people. They have 4 people, and there's no way in hell they're going to be able to check out how everybody makes their stuff. And a lot of, it's funny. Like, some people give them shit for, oh, the devs don't even play their own game, which you can tell they do. You can see they played during the Q&A. I'm sure they play it, but it's like they're not going to play it in their free time. Like, you don't do your work at home. You're probably so sick of it at that point, you're not going to do it. We play the game a hell of a lot more than they do because they have to work in the game. And so it's like, it's kind of unreasonable to think that they're going to just, like, play as much as us. So it's helpful if they could get some people to do, like, quickly just give them the thing and say, hey, guys, can you test this out real quick? And they're like, yeah, I just hooked up to my stuff. And it's like, it seems like the air is wonky. This is going on. The fireboxes are doing X, Y, and Z. And then they could be like, all right, we'll push that off to next week. Like, they don't even need to make it public. They can keep it internal where they have some players from the community quickly test something for them. And I think that's... And then they get a group of people they know are reliable to do testing. I think that is a good way to do it. So we'll keep that valve on there. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to come in here and... I should probably test the logic out on a test bench first. Let's do that because it's going to take a while to spawn Tethies to get it up to temp. So what I'll do is we'll do a test bench. I'll kind of refine this. Oh, fuck off with the save button. I'm trying to go fast, and I'm going to be hitting all the wrong buttons. And the game is moving slow, not because of the game. It's because I have Tarkov open, too. Like, somebody was... I'm done with Reddit, but, like, somebody was like, I think it was dishonest. You said you weren't getting any lag. I was not getting any lag. You could tell. I have 0 MS because it's literally coming from my computer. How is there lag? Lag is internet lag. That's what lag means. It's the internet lag. How can I have internet lag if I am not getting the information from the internet? I am local. And they're like, well, yeah, some of the people are getting lag. Yeah, and they said they were getting lag because they're 1,000 miles away with their internet. So I'm like, I'm just sick of it. Reddit altogether. Reddit's just a cesspool. Let's find the... Let's see. This is the latest version. Let's go off this. So this was the one I was working with, this variable valve. We'll take this. And then we're going to add a variable valve to the airflow because it's sequestering extra air. And so by doing this, we'll be able to more fine control it. And I'll get it really precise. Yeah, it's like, I forget who it was. There were a couple members who were playing with me on the multiplayer session who, somebody was on Wi-Fi, somebody, admittedly had bad internet. Kind of the point that I make with multiplayer and the point that person was missing is that a lot of it has to do with your internet and your computer. And people will then blame that on the game. It's not the game's fault that your PC isn't keeping, it's your PC or your internet that causes that lag. Because if you see other players who have good PCs or you see players that are hosting don't have that problem. So it's something with the internet. You could say the game could do a better job of sending the information out, but at the end of the day, if we don't have a stable test bench where everybody's on the exact same quality internet to test it. And so, it's not really fair to blame the game for when, your PC or your setup is not working correctly, because that's another variable. You have to test the variables and see which variable is causing the problem. And often the variable that's causing the problem is, it can be something like your hardware or the internet, And there's so many variables, you have to find out what is actually causing the problem. For me, like, I used to play Tarkov and had stutters like crazy. And then I installed the program, figured out that it was a bad hop in New York. It was not Tarkov's problem. It was my internet's problem, which is my problem. It had nothing to do with Tarkov. It had everything to do with my internet was junk. And I got rid of that company, got a different company, and then boom, overnight, problem solved. So it wasn't Tarkov is broken. It was my internet was broken. So it was just a false attribution of where the blame lied, That's kind of why that shit kind of annoys me a little bit. It's like, because if you don't diagnose where the problem is, you can never come up with a solution. That's kind of why they do that. Let's see, where are we at here? Air valve right here. Let's see. So there's start temp, there's final temp, boiler temp, minimum temp, less than that. Switch them. Okay, let's see. Furnace temp. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll cut these, and we'll grab this PID. Okay. So that's kind of why that stuff bugs me, is it's just like, you know, until you come up with, like, what is really the problem, you're never going to be able to come up with solutions. So you kind of have to, have the proper diagnosis, or else you're just never going to get there, you know. That's kind of why it bugs me a little bit when people are just like, they want to blame the game for everything. It's like, you got to find out what's actually causing your problem. It's like a bunch of people are having this bug where they load to 90% and it stops. And so, you know, if you see there are thousands of people who are not having that problem, likely it's probably an issue with their PC. And so is it reasonable? A bunch of people are having problems with their PC that, for example, they don't have enough memory. That could very well be the problem. Yeah, you could get a lot of people who have the same problem because they don't have enough memory. You know, it doesn't mean that it's a game issue. And so that's kind of needs to be diagnosed. Let's see, that's good. All right, let's run a keypad off of this sucker. The number input, keypad, PID. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and where is that? Right here. We'll run that for the p-value to get this valve going. I think I already have a keypad. It's probably even already plugged in. It is. We'll plug it in over here. All right, and then this is going to go to the fuel valve now. So instead of just doing an on-off, this will now vary the valve to only let in as much air as we need. So. All right, so right now, like, the variable valve is at 0.7. I'll let this heat up. All right, thank you guys for hanging out on Twitch. That's helps me out. Appreciate that. We got 5 people there now. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. If you guys have not followed, please consider just throwing a follow on Twitch. That will help me out to get affiliate. Appreciate that. All right, so we're heating up now. So the set point is currently at 200, and then once this gets up to 110, it will go back to 120. That's just to help the furnace start up quicker, for the boiler to get going quicker, so that you don't have to wait so long. But I am glad they came out with that hotfix. You know, again, I think they should just throw it to some reliable community members to make sure that these things are tested by community members. You know, there are a lot of unreliable community members out there who, for example, might make things that are not, like, they might be the 1%. They build their stuff 1% the way that everyone else does it. Where, like, I would say a lot of us now do like our modular engines with stoichiometry in mind, or do the division. So you got a couple of those people can test out those things. You know, you wouldn't want somebody who's like has 100 hours in the game doing a lot of testing for you, because you know, they're not going to know the ins and outs of the game. You need some people who've been around a while, who build quality things, who can test all the different variables on there. And then, you know, the devs say, hey, can you test these things out for us? We need you to test diesel furnaces, coal furnaces. We need you to test out modular engines. And you run them and you say, these aren't mine. You want a couple people so that, for example, like people who will just do the division method, you know, also have valuable information. You know, and they need to be consulted as well. So this is climbing. That is not closing fast enough. Let's see. See what happens if I go straight up to a 1 here. So that should be closing. Okay, there it is. Finally closed. That should be opening. It is. Okay, let's see if this is more responsive now. Still hasn't closed yet. So before, if you remember, we're going up to like 20 degrees over. Why is this not catching itself? Still hasn't closed. Let's go higher. Let's just go to like a 2 for now. This valve should be closed already. That valve should be closed at the moment. Why is it still open? Yeah, that should be closed. Why the fuck is it not? Let's go high and see if it snaps shut. All right, now it snaps shut. Let's see, snap open. There we go. Why are you still not closed? You're over. I have to check where my set value is. I want to make sure that we're not set too high here. Yeah, see, it's furnace maintain temp 120. Why are you not closing, guy? We have to keep working on that. Let me just make sure I didn't make an error. I think it's just, it's not responding fast enough, and I have to fix that. That's probably right here. Keypad PID. Yep, keypad PID right there. So that's in there. Let's see. The toggle's on. Yep, 120 there. So if boiler temp is less than that, it should go to the 200 start, then default to 120. Yep, so we're setting it, we want at 120. And then this is the process variables, the furnace temp. We'll double check to make sure that's plugged in correctly, but I believe it is. Going out to the air valve. Let's put a clamp on there. That's could be causing some of the issues. Comma, let's see, 0, comma, 1. That's not a comma. Well, there was commas in there, but that's going right there. All right, so let's put that clamp on. Let's go. Where is this one here? This is a fuel flow P value. Let's make that a D value. And I'll control both. I'm going to try to dampen it a little bit. It's not dampened, so that's part of it. D value. All right, D value is now in there. This can all go. So we don't need to control fuel at all anymore. And that will be the... Did I not just change that 2 seconds ago? Apparently not. Let's see, D value. Where the fuck is it then? What's it called? Fuel flow P value. Okay. Fuel flow P value. Where is that? I don't see it. What the fuck? What the Christ? That's if I grabbed the wrong one, is why. I grabbed the wrong one right here. Yeah, that was a me issue. There we go. D value right there. Okay. P value is there. Okay, update. There we go. Eventually I'll click on the right buttons. We'll be in good shape here in about a week when I remember how to play the game. Let's go to D. All right, let's go right here to the D value, wherever that was now. Right there. Okay. And then let's do electricity, and hopefully we should be able to tune this in to get where we want to be. Nice. All right, hopefully clean these builds up a little bit. We're going to plan on doing multiplayer on Tuesday. Let me just verify my calendar. That is the plan so far. Let me check that. Yep, looks like Tuesday for a multiplayer stream. So probably around noon my time. And probably a late stream. Either early or late stream on the 20th, probably leaning more towards early. Or I'm sorry, leaning more towards late. I'm not getting up early, so. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking. All right, let's get in here and look. So we're heating up. This will, let's see what the valve's doing. Oh, I don't have any numbers in here, so it's gonna misbehave 1. Let's make that a 0.1. See if it behaves itself. Okay. Oh, did I screw something up? Let me go back in here and check it. That's going to be keypad PID. That's going to be D right there. Air valve. Somehow the air valve got disconnected? Air valve got disconnected. Awesome. Air valve right there. All right. I'm going to get rid of stuff I don't need. So fuel valve can go. Furnace diesel level can go. Yeah, let's see. Fuel valve can go. Furnace diesel level can go. All right. That would be why that wasn't working. So. All right, so you can tell it's already heating up, so this is open now. I had hooked it up to the fuel valve, so that was completely working incorrectly. That's why it was doing that. That's why I was at 0.7. I was looking at the 0.7, like, why is it limited to 0.7? All right, it's going to go up to 200 degrees until this gets up to 110, just to get us a quicker start. And then as soon as this hits 110, it should start throttling the air to get us back down to 120. So there we go, we're already off. Starting to cool off again. All right, there we go. We're staying within about a degree of where we want to be. I'm going to try to get it a little bit more elegant, so we're going to drop this down to 0.1. And now, as you notice, we're a little bit low. It ramped up. Wow, that went high real quick there. Let's get rid of this D value for now. I got to tune in just the P again now that I made a change. All right, so way too slow. So let's do 0.5, so that's half of the initial number. Go back to 1. Fuck it, I want to see what it's doing at 1. All right, so you see there, that's keeping it. Oh, so that's even overrunning there. Why is it not? Jesus Christ. We got a bunch of lag because of Tarkov being open. I gotta quickly just check my insurance and then close Tarkov. Running 2 games is not great. Okay, we're fine. Close Tarkov. Tarkov eats CPU like a mother. See, like there, it's why isn't that snapping shut fast enough? Let's increase this by a lot. Let's get that P value up. Let's see if I can't dampen it with the D value. See, it starts overrunning there like crazy. It's not that bad. It's going up by 10 degrees, but it should be snapping this air off faster. Now watch, we'll get a little overrun there. Oh, that's a big overrun there. What the fuck? Let's go down to 5 on this. Stuck on a temp probe there. I might stick with doing fuel control as well. I might do a double system where it does fuel control, air control. Let's actually just run Tethys and see what Tethys looks like, because that has fuel control in there and it has the old air control, and at this point that seems to be working fine. So let's see how Tethys runs with the system I put on it the other day. Alright, so this has fuel control on it, and it just has a an air choke system. So let's get this up and running and see how it behaves. So multiplayer on Tuesday, plan on doing iron. So go up to the iron mine. Train's already sitting there. It's already waiting. Citrus and I took the train down. Got that parked in place. Probably gonna end up the stream here in a minute. I'm gonna go do some family stuff. So kind of check this out, and then we'll probably finish up there. Citrus using his mini truck to do fuel transfer. All right, let's see where we're at here. Furnace temp. Why is the fucking furnace temp so low? Go down there and look. Kind of getting sick of working on this, frankly. Valve control 0. Why are you at 0? You're not letting fuel in. All right, so I think I'm just gonna end up there. I'll work on this off screen. This is just gonna be me tweaking and testing and bullshitting, and doesn't make for interesting. I gotta start getting ready to go do some St. Patrick's Day stuff too. So let's go ahead. Thank you guys for going over to Twitch and watch on that. Appreciate that. That helps me out. If you haven't followed me on that, please consider doing that. I appreciate that. Like I said, Tuesday we're going to be doing multiplayer. Probably just do a career build series. Tomorrow I have an appointment, so probably be another short one. And then let's see what else. Thank you, Rasmus, for the gifted subs yesterday. Thank all the members. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. If you guys would like the video, I'd appreciate that. And we'll go ahead and we'll roll credits. Thanks, guys.